I grew up in the Northwest, way out in the country, and I'd go out in the morning and come back when it got dark. So I grew up outdoors in the woods. We would walk across these old railroad trestles. There were these giant wood structures that sort of came out of a hillside, went across a ravine, and then went back into the hillside. And the idea of the straight line kind of cutting across this sort of organic, natural shape and the power of those wooden columns and everything had a huge influence on me. I'm really interested in architecture being sort of one big continuous environment. The climate, the landscape, the building, the interiors, the furniture, the art, it's all one thing. And I think every piece affects every other piece. I see the world that way. I see just about everything that way. That certainly shows up in my architecture, where the inside and outside flow together, where rocks are sitting on the dining room table, just like the rocks on the beach. Even in our Pioneer Square apartment, some of the furniture on the inside of the living room is intended to relate to the buildings that are outside. It's all about tying things together. When I went to Egypt, I found probably my greatest inspiration. The heroic architecture, the great grand scale, the integration of art into every inch of the architecture. I'll never forget walking down the grand aisle at Karnak, and I felt like a god or something. It was just an amazing experience. And having almost the opposite experience of going to Japan, this exquisite detail and sensitivity to nature and the framing of sort of organic nature. In a sense, what I do is I sort of draw on both of those two traditional cultures at once. The sensitive detail of the Asian culture, but also the simple monumentality of the Egyptian structures.